Look, you can't control nobody, so why even try? Let's talk about it, fam. Greetings, beautiful people. Woo! How y'all doing, beautiful spirits? So nice to be back in the grind of doing these videos again. Amen, amen, amen. And today I decided to switch it up a little bit. I have several kind of decks of cards, and so the deck of card that I'm using now, and I'll probably say this at the front of a couple of videos until I get used to it, is getting into the vortex, like getting into the matrix. And so I'm doing some cards from there. And again, it's much like the law of attraction, more of the same stuff, but just kind of this idea of getting into the vortex. And I will talk specifically about getting into the vortex in a video, because I do think that I really struggled for a long time around this concept of getting into the vortex. It sounded all like really too esoteric, too like woo-woo, that I was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. But over the years, I've come to embrace and kind of, have come to understand it for myself. And what I love about spirituality is that, it's not designed for everybody to accept and receive and interpret the same way. You have your own interpretation, your own experience, your own frame of reference in terms of how to look at things. So that's the beauty, right? Oh my God, because we all have our own paths to the infinite intelligence, to be present with that infinite intelligence that's within us. So today's card, it says, attempting to control others attracts more to be controlled. That's what I said at the beginning. You ain't got to be in control. Really don't. You really don't. Let's read the back of this card. It is easy to understand how you would come to the conclusion that your path to feeling good is through influencing and controlling the behaviors of others. Okay? Now, it's easy to understand that, because that's the kind of world we live in, right? There's, you got your mom and your daddy, you got the president, you got the, there's all these hierarchies. So it just feels like somehow it must be that we need to control others. But as you attempt to control them through influence or coercion, you discover that not only can you not contain them, but your attention to them brings more like them into your experience. Woo! Can I get an amen on this? This is so true. Oh my God, oh my God. And then let me read the rest of this. And you simply cannot get to where you want to by attempting to control or eliminate the unwanted. Amen. Okay, control. Let me talk about this card. Ooh. Woo. Wanting to control others. I'm going to tell you something about wanting to control others that probably a few of y'all, not a whole lot, because, maybe I'm just a rare bird, is that one of the ways in which we engage in this kind of need or desire or want to control other people is through people-pleasing ways. And I'm going to talk about Charlotte, moi, and how trying to please people, let me just be for real. When I was trying to please people, it's because I had expectations and I wanted to control their behavior. I wanted them to like me, I wanted them to feel good about me, and I wanted them to do what I wanted them to do. That's what people pleasing is all about. Some of us will be more aggressive about our controlling of other people, and some of us will be more passive about it. That's what people pleasers are. Still about control, same coin, different side. That's all it is, trying to control others. And realizing that when you start on that path, I tell people, I used to feel like I lived a life, I was performative, in that I would perform these people-pleasing ways so that people would behave the way I wanted them to like me, do what I want them to do. It was performative. I was never really genuine or honest, and I used to feel so incomplete and upset and kind of just depressed in the evening time, because I knew it was performative. It wasn't authentic. I wasn't bringing my full self to the table, and I would feel incomplete, even though people mostly might have been doing everything that I want them to do or acting like they liked me. I don't know if they really liked me or not, but it was like, something just ain't right about this. And I would eventually learn that it's because, one, I was trying to control the situation. I was trying to control them. Let's just be for real. By smiling, laughing, shucking and jiving, blah, 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 I was trying to control the situation. Secondly, I went into the situation having expectations, meaning that I expected you to like me. I expected you to do what I want you to do. And thirdly, I was doing it in service to control versus in service to myself, to my authentic self. And it's like once you start, it's like you can't quit. And every situation I would go into, I would just be the same performative, people-pleasing person. And I was, it was exhausting, and and I was miserable. And this card is right, because it seems like you would go in one setting, right, and you think, I got to be people-pleasing. And then you would go in another setting, you find yourself doing the same thing. And a lot of times I would try to be in other settings, right, thinking that I won't have to do this when I go over there because these people will understand me. We will bond, our vibe and energy be the same, so it won't be no need for all this. And then I find myself discovering that everybody just about the same, and I need to engage in this same old circular people-pleasing behavior that really is about manipulation, control, coercion, or influence. And it still left me empty at the end of the day. And I noticed that when I stop needing that, a couple things happen. First of all, when you get out of the business of people-pleasing, people will be like, well, what's wrong with you? What's the matter? Like something's wrong. You're like, fine. I'm just fine. I'm just not needing to control you. I'm just not needing to be performative for you in a way that makes you comfortable and happy. I don't feel the need to do that anymore. That's not my authentic me. It's not that I don't want you to be happy, but I feel like I need to spend my energy on me, making me happy. And once I'm able to do that, my light will genuinely shine, and you will be empowered and feel like you want to be happy too, and know that the ability for that to happen will be because you're capable of doing it. It has nothing to do with me. And then people will, when you're not people pleasing, people feel like you're not doing nothing for them, and they're like, I can't believe you're not doing this for me, and you abandoned me, and you left me hanging. And they will tell you everything about what you ain't doing. All this time you've been doing, ain't nobody said thank you, ain't nobody done anything to, appreciate your people-pleasing ways. But the moment you just kind of become silent and just not engage in that behavior, all of a sudden they got all the worst things to say about you. And then they talk about you behind your back, and they would talk about you behind your back anyway, so what's new? And so it's like, yeah. And then thirdly, I think when people are asking you, like, well, what's wrong? They're not really wanting to know what's wrong with you. They really want you to go back to the way that it was. And because they feel like you're not doing what it is they want you to be doing. And so it becomes this real struggle, because you're like, let me take my glasses off with a little glare. It becomes a struggle because you don't need to do that anymore. And I tell people that one of the things that I learned about people pleasing, the last point I want to make, is that it was one-sided. I was the one people pleasing. I was the one making everybody happy. I was the one being performative. I was the one, listening to everybody and being there, nurturing them, comforting them, being, doing whatever they wanted me to do. Charlotte was getting absolutely nothing. And I used to think, and I love this card because it says the more you try to control, the more you have to do it, or the more people want almost to be controlled by you, I guess, or the more controlling, the more those kind of people come into your existence. And I used to think, oh my God, why is I'm always around all these people that want to be controlled? Well, because you're doing that people pleasing, controlling stuff. And I was like, it must be me. It must be my energy. I must be a bad person because I'm always bringing these people in. I only want a one-sided relationship with me, and blah, 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 blah. And no, it's not so much. What I realized is not because it was I deserved. It's not because there was something per se wrong with me. It was just the way I was engaging life, and that I was not making the conscious choice to be in two-sided relationships. I wasn't making the conscious choice to be in relationship with people that wanted to actually be in relationship to me, as opposed to me being in relationship to them and doing all of the work. And quiet as it's kept, I had to own that there was a part of me that felt really safe and comfortable, and it was familiar to do those one-sided relationships because it meant I understood everything that was going on. I think if it was two-sided, then it would have been a new paradigm, and I would have to figure out, oh my God, this is two-sided now, because I think that I had the capacity to give, but honestly, I didn't have the capacity to receive. I didn't know how to receive. And when people would try to give me a little receive, I'd say, oh, don't worry about it. I got this, or I'm all right and everything's fine. Well, then why should people give to me when I couldn't receive? And more importantly, I had to think about it. I gave, and people receive. And that, in many respects, kind of felt kind of good. Like, see, I got this. I know how to give. But I remember those moments when people didn't want to receive it, and how that used to make me feel like, oh my God, you don't want to receive my people-pleasing ways? Oh my God, this is like good stuff. What's wrong with you? And so I had to think about that from the flip side. What if somebody's trying to give to me and I wasn't receiving? How that may not have been perceived or received very well. And so, maybe they just would try a little bit and then stop and maybe not try again. But what I love most about this card is that, look, fam, there is no controlling of nobody else. The only person you can control is you. And trust, it's going to take a hot minute. It's going to take a lot of work and effort just to control yourself and to be present to who and what you are, to make sure your vibrational alignment with your thoughts and your feelings and your actions are all consistent and all in service to your intentions and all present for the infinite intelligence. It's going to take a lot of work just for you to do you. And also by doing you, you just radiate a light that empowers people to know they can do the same. By controlling them, they don't get to learn how to do their own self. They don't learn their own lessons. They don't grow. They don't evolve. They don't tap into the inner strength or the presence and the power of God inside of them when you're doing all of the work. So, man, I could talk about this all day. And also I could talk about how really, just how much of a shift I made spiritually by understanding my role in this and understanding my controlling ways. Because I would think, I'm not controlling. Yeah, Charlotte, you were. Probably got some moments when you still are. And so, yeah, but knowing that doing that really just brings on more of that. And that's the law of attraction, right? If you're the kind of person that engages people in a controlling way, whether it's people pleasing or it's aggressively, you're just gonna get more of that because infinite intelligence is like, okay, that's what you want, obviously, because that's what you're doing. Like when you stop doing that, then you'll stop those people. Honestly, those people will stop being in your life because you're not giving over your power to them and being in service to them. And I always say you find out who your true friends are when you stop trying to control people or trying to do what people want, try to do what you think people want you to do. You'll find out who your true friends are, because people that really love you, really honor you for what you are, they never required it in the first place. And I will say that number will be few. You might be able to count them on one hand and maybe on a couple fingers. And that's all right. I mean, at least you know. So family, tell me a little bit about tell me your experiences about how you've kind of evolved, or you're transcending that kind of need or desire. How are you transcending trying to be controlling of other people, and how do you go about using the energy really for yourself, to heal yourself, to empower yourself, to liberate yourself, to be more in action around your own intentions and be in alignment with the infinite intelligence. I would love to hear from you because I think this is a really powerful lesson. I think it takes a long time because we do, as the card started out, let me read it. Let me just read this beginning one last time. Is that it's easy to understand how you would come to the conclusion that your path to feeling good is through influencing or controlling the behavior of others. I mean, I think that's how we're conditioned from the time we're born. It's easy to think that because that's the way the world is. But honestly, when you really get down to it, it's not the path. It's not the path to real, genuine joy. I think it may give you moments and glimpses of joy, but if you want real, genuine, legitimate, intentional, vibrational, in alignment joy, the path is to turn inward and to manifest that for yourself. Thank you all for joining me. I love talking to y'all. Look, this is not a monologue. This is a dialogue. So leave your comments. Talk to me, people. And I thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Peace. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got a little something out of it. And I look forward to sharing with you more of my thoughts about spirituality. Understand that this ain't meant to be no monologue. I'm not preaching at you, but this is a space for discussion. So please, pretty please, with sugar on top, leave your text or video comments below because I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'll see you next time, wishing you nothing but peace, prosperity, and a whole bunch of love. Take care now, beautiful spirits. I love you, and namaste.